I had a comment on a video a while back asking for a quick walk around and overview of the car. So I figured I'd do that real quick. Pardon the absolute disaster that is my garage. But yeah, this is my 1987 Toyota Corolla FX16 GTS. It's a completely stock drive engine. It's got 250 plus thousand miles on it. Original 16 valve 4A GE. Made 102 wheel horsepower last time I dynoed it. The only mods on the engine are obviously the little intake, which was the first thing I ever welded, and it looks terrible, but it works. Those are stock 20 valve silver top. That's a exhaust manifold, I believe. AE92 aluminum radiator with the AE92 upper radiator hose to make it fit. Let me see. The transmission is a conglomeration of parts. It's a Chevy Nova twin cam transmission, but it's still just a Toyota C52. It has MR2 gear stacks and final drive in it. So it's 4.3 final drive, which is the most aggressive factory final drive that they have. Same as like the AE92 GTS, I think. And it has an M factory clutch type limited slip differential. That's a one-way, so it only locks under acceleration. You can see my Technotoy tuning camber plates that have been slightly modified to work with Fortunato 510 coilovers. Those coilovers are originally for an AE92, but I modified them to fit this. Details on all this stuff is on my blog that you can find a link for on the channel description. Recently just put in a fire suppression system, so there's a little hose right there going back there. There's another nozzle there, another nozzle there. What else is going on up here? There's some extra wiring to go to the Haltech dash. There's a radium catch can that's, I think, from a Mitsubishi Evo 10 that I got used and made fit. Got some Lowe's corrugated plastic radiator ducting, which actually works really well. Some little aero catch hood latches. That's a Ford Mustang GT500 hood vent, which I really like because it has this little lip on the front that makes it super, and a little bolt on the back. It makes it super easy to install on just about anything. Makes for a really good universal hood duct. I had to block that off so that it didn't rain directly into my distributor. Hopefully that will not be an issue next year when I go to a Haltech. Front splitter is on the ground currently, not currently attached, but it uses some eBay Honda Civic disconnects with 4 turnbuckles. Works pretty good. This is like the 4th version of that I've made, and it's probably the worst one, but it does work. Let's see on the inside. Just recently installed a proper kill switch that has the an extra line for the alternator, where if you kill it, the alternator, as the engine is spinning down to turn off, the alternator can discharge through a resistor and not just have voltage going nowhere, which is good. Got the fire suppression handle up here. Little concave or a convex mirror right here that really helps with blind spots. If there's someone that's passing you or like right on your quarter on track, you can still see them. Little cool shirt switch. I can show you the tank for that in the back. Haltech dash. I retained the stock dash back there because you have to keep the alternator light. Otherwise, the alternator will not charge. I can change that later, but I didn't feel like dealing with that at the time, so I just hacked everything up to fit the Haltech dash, which is awesome. That's a little stand for a Garmin Catalyst, lap timer, and virtual track coach, which is a really nice thing to have if you're doing track stuff. Steering assist. This car has a Saturn Vue steering column, electric power steering. The rack has been torn apart and the seal's been cut out of it, and everything, the pinion welded solid and all that. So properly depowered rack with a electric column, which I really like. It's not the most, doesn't give you the best feedback, but it works and it's nice to have. I like it. This little thing on the floor, this kick plate, I guess, foot plate by Race Bred Components is like one of the most underrated things on the car. The amount of ergonomic improvement just by having that flat plate on the bottom is so great. I love that thing. Let me see what else I got. I got my little rain light switch. Still got the factory dash, but you can see behind it there is a full roll cage in this car, done by my buddy Paul over at Better Call Paul Speed Shop. Hit him up for fabrication needs if you're in Virginia or nearby. That's a Kirky drag seat that I modified because it had the stupid little winglets that come around to like hold your rib cage, and it just bruises you up real bad on road course things, so got rid of that. Fire suppression system with let me see what else I got. Yeah, I got the fuel jug sitting in the passenger seat. I know. This is still just a factory shifter that I cut the lever short and used a standard socket that I never used as a sleeve to weld it shorter. So it's a shorter, shorter action on the shifter, but to compensate for that, I lifted the whole shifter up by about 3 inches on this little stand that I made. You can see another fire nozzle that aims at the firewall there, similar on the other side. This is a rear brake bias control valve. It's basically turned essentially all the way down. I was having a lot of rear brake lockup issues early on. That helped a lot. Let me see. Battery relocated behind the passenger seat. There's some more Haltech wiring for the dash for the fuel level. 6-point harness in the driver's seat. One of my old 5 points in the passenger seat. This is a Jegs steering wheel disconnect, which I quite like. Little camera right there is part of the Garmin Catalyst stuff. Convex review mirror makes visibility a lot easier. Here, this is for the cool shirt. When you first plug the thing in, it doesn't have a way to prime the system. So I got this little one-way check valve squeeze ball primer bulb thing, which really, really, really helps get the system going when you first put it in. Let me see. Oh, I still got tarps back here. So the cool shirt system is this little box, it's just a cooler with a pump in it. Plugs in there. Some dry brake, or I guess they are dry brake. Quick connect fittings go in there. And this gets ratchet strapped to this little eyelet. And this little eyelet holds it in place. You can kind of see more T3 rear camber plates. I might actually end up modifying the strut towers a little bit to allow for more negative camber, because more is good. I can't get much more than -2.5 right now, and it needs more than that. Let's go over here. You can get a better look at the fire suppression system. Those lines are the pull cables that go to right here. Fire suppression, that goes to the kill switch. So you can easily reach through the window, fire, kill. If I'm getting an accident or something, fire marshal, the track workers can easily access it. Little stickers right here denoting that those switches are right here. Let me see. Not sure what else is really in this part of the car. The windows obviously can't roll down because the roll cage sticks out into the doors pretty far. So they're held up with these little clips and some paracord, so they can come in and out pretty easily, but they can't really roll down. So for brakes, this is the brake kit from fastbrakes.com. It's a Willwood Dynalite 4-piston caliper with a Mini Cooper 11-inch brake rotor, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot bigger than what was on there from the factory. They work fantastically well. Excellent brakes. The wheels are Tire Rack TR Motorsports, I think. 15 by 7 plus 20 or 25. It's E30 fitment, E30 BMW fitment. Obviously got ARP extended lug studs on there, which is good. Need that because the factory ones are really, really short. I don't know if you can see up in there. There's some hints at, oh, and my one rust spot, of course, that's going to show up on the video. Great. It's a very rust-free car other than that one little spot right there, which I'm not too terribly worried about, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, there's the cage. You got the back braces on the seats. That's why I like aluminum seats, because the back braces are good to put in there for a little bit of extra safety. The blue hoses are for the cool shirt. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I can get down under here and show you some of the rear suspension. Got custom T3 rear toe arms. I think they added them to the catalog after I gave them the specs for it, which is cool. I think a couple other FX folks have taken advantage of that, which is great. Made this stainless exhaust myself off of some pipes and stuff I got off of Amazon and welded it together. Yes, I know that's way too much weld for a hanger, but I've seen too many hangers pull off due to not enough weld area, and I did not feel like dealing with it, so more weld. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a relatively simple build. Engine is completely original. I think it's only been opened as far as to replace a head gasket at one point, like 15 years ago or something. But other than that, it's all original with 250,000 miles on it, and I've been beating the absolute crap out of it for, what, 7 years now? Has not given me any problems yet, which is amazing. Love the old 4AGEs. Next up that I'm going to be doing on this car is I'm trying to see if I can get some lower control arms made that have a lot more adjustment and heim joints in them instead of poly bushings, which will be nice. And next year, I think I'm going to be trying to convert this thing to run off of a Haltech 1500, which will eliminate the distributor and a bunch of the old 40-year-old wiring and electronics, which I would very much like to get rid of. And that will also allow me to run, there's my other transmission, these beautiful silver top throttle bodies that I have. So that'll be nice. Get some good bop noises going on. Probably won't do much for power on a stock engine, if anything. But I do have a spare engine that will be getting built at some point in the future when I have the budget for that, which I absolutely do not right now. So ultimate goal for this car is 150, 160 wheel horsepower, 8,000, maybe a little bit more RPM, 16 valve 4AG with ITBs, cams, compression. Yeah, and just be a little ripper. It weighs about 20, I think it's 2195 or 2,200 pounds without me in it. Actually, it might be less than that. I think it's like 2,100. So I think with me in it, it's like 23, and I'm like 220. So something like that. Math, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's pretty light, and it's really, really fun. And the LSD really, really helped. LSD with front wheel drive is pretty rad. But yeah, that's the build.